is it necessary for them to also now have oversight functions just as the police in Nigeria?
Okay, thank you so much. I hope I'm much clearer now.
Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay, so I've always said that the law is the law. We may not like it, but it remains the law. The only way we could change is to call for an amendment or to ensure that the citizens are enlightened or are conscious. Now, when I saw the headline, I was like, whoa. If you begin to call for the FRSC to be armed, it's like calling on the Lagos state government to arm LASMA. Isn't that ridiculous? When we have arms in the hands of underpaid policemen and other uniformed agencies. We have still not forgotten the experience we had in 2020 during the NSAS protests. We have a lot of agencies, carrying arms. Should we now add the FRSC to the list again? When their basic function, the basic function of the FRSC is sociological. It is to educate, it is to control traffic, it is to license, it is to investigate and license schools, driving schools, and their functions are basically sociological. They are not to get involved in crime at all, or in crime control at all. However, going through the act establishing the commission, I read through section 19, and I saw that there is a provision for them to carry arms. It is called the special power of the members of the corps. That was the reason I said it like that. We may not like the law, but when this law was made in the first place, where we are Nigerians, where we are agitators, where we are the conscious people, we never follow through. The reason we wouldn't even look at the content of some of our laws or bills or even acts. Let me read section 19. For the purpose of carrying out or enforcing the provisions of this act, such member of the corps as may be determined by the commission exposed to high risk in the enforcement of the provisions of this act shall have the same powers, authorities, and privileges, including power to bear arms, as are given by law to members of the Nigerian police. This is it. It is there already. But we need to begin to ask ourselves, is this what we need right now? The FRSC is not a crime control agency. Like the Learned Council said the other time, it is just to control little offenses. That is all. So all we need here is for us to allow ethics and logic to prevail over sentiments. And what am I saying here? Is that let the FRSC focus on its basic responsibilities. The FRSC should also provide ambulance services. How many FRSC stations have ambulance services? When an FRSC officer would have to stand in front of a trailer, of a truck, of heavy-duty vehicles to stop them, is that what we want in a contemporary society? So the carrying of arms should not even be a major issue here. We have the police. The police also has a department, the traffic department. Even the traffic department in the police wouldn't even carry arms. Why now saying the FRSC should carry arms when we should be calling for the digitalization of the FRSC? But the law is the law. There is a provision for it. But we need to also ask ourselves, this commission was set up in 1988 by a military government, Babangida, and he didn't set them up to carry arms. He didn't establish them to carry arms. That tells you that even some of our military rulers were much more logical than our present leaders. If the military could not give arms because there is a provision for it to the FRSC, then why should we now begin to call on the federal government to arm the FRSC when we have a lot of arms in the hands of underpaid and ill-treated workers.